You see, I got 2 people in here. I guess everybody else eating their lunch right now. Some of y'all get a half an hour lunch. Some of y'all get an hour lunch. Move away from the table. Put down the fork. We finna get on here and talk a little bit. If anybody's seen that Reelz documentary, Murder in the Family, I would be talking about that today and a couple other things. First, I want to give a shout out to my man over at BJ's Warehouse, Raheem. Thanks for that, brother. Came up to me, said, yo, he watched the show, he appreciated. Said how knowledgeable I was. Anyway, and he showed me where to get the good stuff at over at BJ's. So Raheem, thank you, brother. I appreciate you. Anyway, I want to give another shout out to man Kwame Brown. I don't know if he, ex-NBA player. He was an ex-NBA player. But anyway, shout out, man. Keep your foot on their neck, man. When they effing with you like that, do your thing, man. Stay strong. I appreciate your manhood. I appreciate your manhood, Kwame. And you said something that there's not enough black strong men in this entertainment business on television to show these young brothers the direction they need to stay in and go. So shout out to you, Kwame, for saying that, man. I'm glad that you got a platform to express what you need to express and tell what you need to tell. Salute to you, brother. Before I get into this Murder in the Family documentary that came out some time ago, but I never saw the whole thing. I just finally saw the whole movie last week. I want to bring something to you guys' attention again that's going on. This Asian and Pacific Islander bill that they trying to pass and slide up under us. You have to know why they're interested in getting this stuff through Congress. Is because, one, white America knows that the Asian population, the majority Asian population here in the United States, is more on their side than they is on our side. They are more to vote on the conservative white side than they are in the Democratic black side or people of color side. Why is it that they could get a bill passed through Congress and nothing that has anything to do with black Americans and the black man here in America they would ever pass? Randy SoCal, Brownstone, thank you for that. Appreciate you saying that you like the way I chat. Anyway, I think that they have been trying to pass the Emmett Till lynching bill for years through 5 different presidents, even President Obama, and it still haven't passed yet. They've been trying to pass bills about police officers the way they treat black men and the black people in America. But it's about to change, because they just did something out there in Colorado. They beat up a 70-year-old white woman, broke her shoulder, broke her arm, dislocated her shoulder, broke her arm. And you know, when something happened to a white woman by the police, oh, certain things may get changed now, because they see it now. Out there in Colorado, they beat up this 70-year-old white woman that had dementia, who I think she was shoplifting but didn't know she was shoplifting. And you could look in her face, something was wrong with her. Walmart didn't try to hold her there, but the police see her down the road, go down the road, grab her up, and beat her up, man. And then giving each other high five. So you know what they feel about a black man. You know what they feel about a black man after they done jumped out the car, shot him in the back of the head, and then the prosecutor and everybody lying, talking about, oh, he tried to hit, or he hit a police officer with the car. Come on, man. It's a damn shame that we as black Americans that are indigenous, we are people that are black in America. Let me just say that. We are people that's black in America that are indigenous. And I want to go into that before I go into this murder in the family. Check this out, man. It's a proven fact that there were Moors. There were Moors here in America way before Columbus came. Way before Columbus came. The Ethiopians, who were great sailors, was here in America way before the white man landed here. There are states right now that are passing laws that the school districts better not start teaching anything but the Columbus stuff. If you're going to teach something, teach the Columbus narrative. They cannot teach the true narrative of black African Moors in America. There's congressmen that's going on the floor in Congress saying that would destroy the ideology of what America is if the truth come out. Do y'all hear me? Y'all don't hear me. Let me get on to this murder in the family stuff, because that's what y'all want to hear. Y'all want to hear about how Diddy father and all this other bullshit, because today is not cooking in conversation. Today, it's the Gene Deal Show. You gotta have fun with this shit, man. You understand? But think about two things, man. How they trying to push that Asian and Pacific Islander bill, and they have not did nothing towards anything towards the bill about us and our safety against the police department, our safety against lynching, our safety here. Nothing about blacks in America. Not one thing. So, Another shout out to my girl, Nina. Did I get your name right now, Nina? Hey, Nina. Nina travel all over the world. Y'all need to go check out her page. If y'all want to go somewhere or know somewhere that y'all think y'all want to go, y'all never been, ask her. She's up on all that. We as blacks in America have been indigenous here. We was here long before anybody. In certain parts of America, long before the Indians. The Indians didn't have all of America. That's what they want y'all to think. They had certain parts of America. Just like certain parts of America the Spanish had. And they pushed them all the way down to Mexico. Y'all don't want to hear that shit, man. Okay, let me get to this. Murder in the family. Let's talk about murder in the family. First of all, can I get at least 5 or 10 people out here, man, to hit me back who saw this documentary bullshit that Geraldo put on Reelz? Yo, somebody just told me, yo, Gene, Reelz is known for putting up bull crap. I wanted to say shit, but I can't say shit, so I ain't gonna say shit. You know how you want to say they want to say bullshit, but you can't say bullshit because they get flagged for saying bullshit. So I'm not gonna say bullshit. I'm gonna say bull crap. Brownstone, what up with you? Taj, what up with you, boy? So, brother one, who saw it? Oh, you say that's why Reelz is free? No, Keith Lawrence say that's why you get Reelz free. Terrence Avon. Terrence Eson, let's talk about Big Gene. What you mean by that? I talk about me all the time. Button is. Nigga say, yo, that nigga was wearing that shirt and the button was missing. Let me button it up. Reg, you ain't see the documentary? It's called Murder in the Family. He did one on Jennifer Hudson. He did one on Versace. He been doing one a lot of stars who have murders in their family. Yo, Narquise Lawrence. I know the treaty that the Moors signed with the United States of America. It was called the George Washington Papers. George Washington signed the treaty when the Moors signed America over to the with the colonists. You understand? It was supposed to be an Islamic and a Christian state. It was called. That's why they said George Washington that had that little shit. I will not lie. I chopped down the cherry tree. He was talking about he broke the treaty with the Moors. He went against the treaty. That's what he's talking about because the Moors flag had the cherry in it. But we ain't talking about that, man. You get me off in something else. I'm finna talk about this murder in the family shit. Well, Murder Family is a documentary series that Geraldo Rivera does about people who get killed and they were celebrities. They family members were celebrities or they was a celebrity or whatever like that. He tells his story. I think I seen the trailer and I'm gonna let them know, Nick Bloomfield or any if they use anything that has to do with my new content and everything like that, or what I said before, yo, we're gonna fall out because they was trying to get me in that new documentary, but they wasn't talking figures right. I said, fuck him. Sorry. And I don't think it was Nick. I think it was the people who was a part of it. So they're gonna spend their thing on it. But it is what it is. I don't care. One day somebody will figure out they really want to know what I'm talking about and get it to the masses. If they don't, I come here with y'all. Bully Gotti, what's up with you, boy? Hold on. So now, that's the thing that Geraldo does. He does the murder in the family. This particular one, he did about P. Diddy's father. Y'all got to go see it. And nobody told me they saw it. Well, I ain't going to talk about it. I'm just going to cut it off, man, because I'm going to see y'all next week, man, because it's coming on next Thursday. And I'll just do this next Thursday because I want somebody who saw it, because it's crazy. And once you see it, I don't want to spoil it for you. Should I just go ahead on with the show anyway? It ain't going to spoil it for you? I know it's Biggie's birthday, and I got something for y'all, man. I got some real nasty stuff. I was just going to let this out in my book, but I'm going to tell y'all, I'm going to give y'all a glimpse of it tomorrow. No bullshit. What's it called? They spoil it for me. I don't care. Who was that? Narcus said the rat got trapped on. Yo, in-laws, Narquise, I don't want to say your name wrong. Yo, you funny in the motherfucker. He said the rat got trapped. All right, let me look at this right here, man, before I get this started. I gotta have fun with this, y'all. It's on Reelz. It's gonna come on next Thursday, I think. It's on Reelz. Hold on. Randy, we know that is. We know that's the truth, Randy. We'll leave that alone, bro. Okay, let's go. All right, I'm gonna get with y'all. Somebody just said, Jason, that's how he said, P. Diddy daddy was a hitman for the mafia. He's connected. You see how dumb shit could get translated to dumber shit? And somebody out here saying that his father was a hitman for the mafia, he was connected? Yo, let me just tell you this. I knew personally the person that was the boss of all of them. I had a conversation with him when he came out of jail after doing 25 to 27 years. This same individual, I spoke about him before. He was the one who actually got Russell Simmons and them started in the music business. His name was Freddie Myers. Freddie Myers, you see a couple of documentaries on him here and there. It was Freddie Myers. Freddie Myers told me I was introduced to him by one of his lieutenants, Amar, and we call him Omar, who also was a best friend of Chaz, who made the introduction to me and Chaz back in 1991. 91, 92. I think it was 91, something like that. That made the introduction to me and Chaz Williams, who starred in American Gangster by BET. They say he robbed like 160 banks. That introduction was made. So now, Freddie home and the King Dome tournament is up and popping. Freddie loved basketball. And I guess he made the Kingdom like one of the, he must do Hunter, you know, when you a millionaire back in the day, if you did your money right, I don't believe they got all his money because he was brand new Mercedes, you understand, when he came home. So he had something put away somewhere that he could have got to it. And when he came home after doing them 25 years or whatever like that, it was on and popping at the Kingdom. Now the Kingdom basketball is the official street basketball tournament in Harlem. You want to look at Rucker? Yeah, you could say Rucker, all right. But Rucker is ran by the industry. Greg let the industry take Ruckers over, which was a money-making cash cow for them. But you talking about street guys putting street money into street ball, that was the Kingdom. Now, Dame Dash financed part of it with ProCads, but they didn't have like the Rucker where they had every record company or record mogul had a team. Now, it was still a lot of street guys that was doing that for the Kingdom. So now, Freddie Myers sat in the center court. I did the security and ran the security for Hunch over there. Me and my man. And we had about 8 to 10 other security people locked down. Had it locked down. It wasn't happening over there. Kingdom didn't have those problems. We had the police force around it, but around the square where they played their ball at, everybody played safe. It was safe. Chris Brown came. A lot of different stars came and played who could play ball. And Chris Brown is a hell of a ball player. I must say that. I must say so myself. Chris Brown is a hell of a ball player. All right. So now, Freddie Myers told me he wanted to talk to me. Now, I didn't know Freddie Myers prior to that. I've heard all the stories. I never seen him personally, but I had a meeting with him and Omar. His name is Amar, but I always call him Omar. Call him Omar. So now, he said, yo, I heard you're a real stand-up dude. I know what you do for a living, but here, when my right-hand man speaks up on you, I gotta take this. Yo, Charlie, I'm on the phone right now. I mean, I'm doing the show right now. You all right?
Nigga put me on the show with you. No.
You don't want to be seen on the show like that. You getting too much money for that shit. Yo, let me just say this right, man. Yo, I want to pray and send out that for your wife, man. Sorry to hear that. You know what I'm saying? But she can work on that.
That's okay. That's
no, it's not. No, it's not. It's not okay.
All right, call me when you get done the show. They kind of thinking that she alright.
Yeah. It's probably because after the baby, whatever like that. But that's kind of high. Anything in the 70s is real high. All right, 70.
Okay.
It's got to be under 70. All right, we'll talk later. Yeah. Sorry about that, man. Apologize. Let me cut this phone off. Yeah. All right. So now, I apologize to y'all, but that was my man. He had gave me some bad news. Well, I thought it was bad news, but sorry about that, y'all. Yeah, somebody saying something. I didn't know what they were saying. Meech had more money than any hustler I ever seen. His brother was wrong for taking. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. I can name a lot of hustlers that had more money than Meech, bro. And I knew Meech personally. You understand? I knew Meech personally. And I know a lot of hustlers that had probably, but they wasn't flamboyant like that. They wasn't doing it where you could see it like that. But they had a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, just I don't want to get off the thing. So now we sat down, we was talking, and he told me, you know, what he knew about me, and because Omar told him about me, I was family now. You understand? Whatever I need. I ain't never asked him for nothing, never wanted nothing. Whatever you need, you know what I'm saying? Let me know. You good in the whole 9 yards. I know what that means. You understand? So he said he was trying to get a meeting with Russell Simmons and he declined. He said, this I can't say motherfucker. Damn. They'll strike you if you say the word, you know, if you use the profanity. So I'm just sorry, y'all. I'm trying to keep it 100 what he said to me. He said motherfucker, you know, but because it's the show and stuff like that, we can't use that kind of profanity and stuff. Okay? He said this person, Russell Simmons, used to run to the store for him. He said, yo, man, go to the store, get me this. Go to the store, get me that. Used to work for him in his office on 57th Street. That's downtown. We consider that downtown. That's where all the upper echelon, high rises and everything at downtown. Used to work in my office. He said I had a table with $100 bills, a glass table with $100 bills, and it had $1 million in the table. He said you know what I'm trying to say, that word, right? Okay. Yeah, that was the word. He said he used to run, and he declined to have a meeting with me. He said, I tried to have a meeting also with your man Diddy. This before all this stuff came out and everything like that. And me and Diddy, we wasn't effing with each other, but we ain't have no issues, no problem, no situation, no none of that stuff like that. Other than what I knew about him and some sucker shit he had did. You understand? To me personally. So, but I hadn't let nobody know at that time, unless she was close to me. So now, he said, I wanted to have a meeting with Diddy and tell him what really happened to his father. And I was going to give it to him raw. Because everybody said that Freddie Myers in the Fed joint, yo, he was raw diggity motherfucking dog. He was still a gangster when he was in the Fed joint and came home a gangster. Did his time and came home a gangster. Sanson Taylor out there in Louisville, all right? Lisa Jackson. So now, Freddie said I was going to sit down and tell him the story about his father. Sorry about that, y'all. I got to do this right here. I guess I was too late for the super chat. Oh, shit. Sorry about that. Shonda Page, thank you for that Cash App at Big Gene 52. Thank you, Shonda. All right, so now, this is how we're gonna do this, because I want to let y'all know. DeArtry Smith, thank you for that super chat. Thank you, sir. So now, this is what happened. Let's get into the movie now. This movie portrayed Puff Father as a gangster. Like you're saying, like he was a hustler. But he still was driving cabs while he was hustling. Anybody know in New York City, if you was really hustling that big and you was doing all that shit, whether you was trying to make a disguise while you was hustling or whatever, true players and hustlers don't drive cabs. They don't drive cabs. Now, if you was on a lower scale, you getting your little money, may get doing your ones and twos and stuff like that, you may do that. Or maybe that just was his ideology of being out late at night, not really letting his wife know and people know that he was doing it, so he was driving the cab as a facade, so people wouldn't know. That was his choice. But the players and the people I know that was hustling, getting a lot of money, they wasn't driving cabs. Don't want to be President Brian? Take that off. Brian Pryor. So now, he was hustling under Freddie's umbrella. So a guy that was closer to Freddie brought Puff Father in. I'm not going to say who that guy is. He's not living now, but I'm a close friend to his son. I'm a close friend to his son, and his son was a close friend to Wolf. Now, Puff Father was hustling under the umbrella of Freddie Myers, who back then they was flying planes. They owned jet planes. They owned Rolls Royces, several houses. The cops them said they went to a basement in a house in Mount Vernon and they had money stacked up in the houses higher than the officers. And the officers wasn't midgets. But they had money stacked up in certain houses that was higher than the officers. And you know and I know gangsters don't keep they don't keep $1 bills. They keep hundreds, 50s, and maybe 20s. They said the money was stacked up higher. When they went in one part, they went in part in the basement, the money was so high it was crazy. Those cops, you know all their kids went to college off that money. You know all their kids went to college. They paid for their weddings, their trips, their summer homes, because they did not turn in all that money. We know that. And if you think the cops is grimy now, you know they was grimy back then. Case in point. Puff Father tried to make a big deal. Hey, that's a pun on my name. Puff Father tried to make a big deal and got caught. They had him on a wiretap. They had him, and they arrested him with a couple other people. Do I have to tell y'all what happened? Ether. Cahokia Mounds? Yeah, I know Cahokia Mounds. Used to go out there and box on Saturdays. Old men used to have their cars lined out there in Cahokia Mounds. And we used to go over there. I think it was on the east side or whatever like that. I thought it was on the east side back then. And we used to go over there and box on Saturday mornings outside. Somebody asked me that. Did I know what that was about? Where that was at? My mic is low again? How is it now? How is it? How is it? How's the mic now? Is it good, somebody? Thank you. Somebody said, yeah, I'm good. So now, Puff father got caught. Right? He gets out in 2 weeks. Now, in the documentary, they try to make it seem like he didn't snitch, he didn't say nothing, he didn't tell nothing. You know, the gangsters was just like worried that he might have said something or thought they didn't know for sure that he said something or not. So they killed him. I don't wish death on nobody, but that ain't the truth. That is downright, they try to throw the bullshit into it. And y'all got to remember this. Puff is a millionaire. Before they did that shit, they would have to do what they call, he could have did a cease and desist. So he could have stopped that. But it made his father seem like he was murdered. And they really didn't know the truth, whether he was a snitch or not. I'm here to tell you, on everything I love, that Freddie Myers, who he worked under, his umbrella, said these words exactly. He said this, because I'm going to get into more part of the movies than that. He said, Big Gene, we had a cop on the payroll. The cop brought us a copy of his written confession and the tape. We gave him $10,000 for it. And Omar started laughing and said, can you believe this motherfucker said he was just telling and working with him because he wanted to go to a wedding? He had a wedding he had to make. I said, what? He said he told the cops everything that he knew because he didn't want to miss the wedding. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. So this is what Freddie Myers said. But in the movie, they try to portray it in a different way. Right? So now, Freddie Myers said he told the the person, you know, come on, y'all. Bear with me, we can't say motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Because if you say motherfucker, they strike your channel. They don't want that type of language on YouTube. So we don't use that type of language. And plus we got a lot of ladies in here too. Anyway, Freddie Myers said that he told the individual who brought him in, you got to get rid of that nigga. Let him hear the tape. Let him see the paperwork. And he said to me, he said, the nigga that was crying the hardest, carrying the casket at the funeral, was the nigga who killed him. You heard? So now, when they portrayed it in a documentary, somebody just came in a cab in the front seat. Now, you and I both know, if somebody sits in the front seat of your car, and plus there's a cab, they know you. And that part of Central Park, you just don't be sitting out there waiting on no fare. And that's what happened. But they try to portray it because the people they had in the movie, the people they got for the documentary, none of them really know what the fuck they was talking about. They was giving half-ass information. But what they say is, Reelz ain't real. Let me do that right there. Nothing came up. I wanted to thank the person for the super chat, but nothing came up. Shout out to my people over there in London. Shout out to the people in the UK. The name of the documentary is Murder in the Family. It was on Reelz. Yeah, Brownstone, Reelz is trash. Straight garbage. Let's hope you shouldn't cry over the last big night. What up, Richard Hill? Signing. So now, let's go on. Because they had some other felonious motherfuckers in there too. Speaking of Greg Kading. When did Greg Kading come to lead on what happened in Big and Tupac when he came 10 years after, when he was known as a liar in federal court? He lied to a federal judge. That's all documented. He lied to a federal judge. His own Andrew K. What up with you, boy? Thanks for that super chat. His own chief of police said that was only his theory about what happened to Big and Tupac, and that it didn't hold no weight with it didn't hold any weight with the district attorney because they couldn't do nothing with it. But they put it on TV, and we got all you we got all you people out there that's thinking it's the truth because they see it on TV. The ignorant box. You heard? We got all you people thinking that he has some validity in the work that he did. When he told you, oh, I drew up this whole thing and made her think that it was a confession by somebody else. Made up a bunch of lies. Even on this documentary, he said Mary J. Blige was a bad boy artist. You don't know what the fuck you talking about, stupid. We gotta know, man. These people are planted. Why the fuck did he was able to steal the documents, copy the documents that the LAPD, that the people of Los Angeles paid for him to do the work, because he was a cop at the time. He copied the documents, kept the documents that belongs to the city of LA, and using it to go around the world to make money off of. And niggas is mad at me because I speak my truth, shit that I seen, shit that I was right there, a part of. I love making you niggas mad. I love it. I would say it makes me love making you niggas mad. right, fuck them and feed them beans. So my whole thing about it is this. He gets on there not knowing what he's talking about. And what I'm trying to tell y'all 1,000 times, and I'm tired of this, man. Because this man got kids out here. This man ain't do nothing and should know he ain't do nothing. Wolf did not kill Jake. Wolf did not shoot Jake. The nigga that killed Wolf, the nigga that killed Jake is dead, and his father owned the cleaners in the Bronx. And I can say it now because he's dead. Wolf did not kill Jake. So stop listening to all these bullshit, because let me just tell you something, man. Suge might have died. Tupac might have died. We might have died that day on the outside of the House of Blues when we met Suge. And Puff asked Suge, yo, Suge, you know any problem we got back here, out here? And Pac was alive. I told people about this story. So my whole thing about it is, if I was Suge, Suge could have played it cool. Suge could have been a smooth motherfucker like, dog, I don't know any problem you got. You know what I'm saying? He could have been smooth. He said he was smooth like that. Man, I don't know no problems you got out here. You stupid motherfucker. He could have been like that. But if Suge loved Jake, like niggas said Suge loved Jake, I don't know if I could have held that in. You kill somebody that loved me, I'm too motherfucking emotional. I'm too on the get back. I want you to hurt. I used to be like that. God has saved me. I leave it in God's hands. And my man Charlie knows when we leave it in God's hands, he just used us as disciples. He just used us as disciples. So, stop listening to these people who try to portray that Wolf was the one who killed Jake. He didn't. The only thing they got right in that part, that Suge and Puff fell out because Puff was trying to tax him for Big to come out there and do the show after all the stuff that Suge did for him. All the stuff that Suge did for him. And then Suge, being the dude that he was, he said, I'm going to really hurt the nigga. He ain't feeding his family right. He ain't doing right by his girl. I'm going to have her come out here and do some work for me so I can make this nigga jealous. And Misa, who's strictly business. If anybody thought that Misa went out there and did something with Suge, I doubt it. Because Misa always been business-minded. She was just trying to feed her family. But I can't say nothing. But I worked for her. Personally. Bodyguard her. On a personal level. When I stopped dealing with Puff, I was working for Misa. And she was always professional in everything she did when she dealt with cats. Even though cats was trying to get at her. She was always business-like. And she would tell me, Gene, I ain't messing with them niggas. They can't wait to throw that shit up in Puff face and do this and have me like that. Respect. Bernie Smith, salute to you. Yeah, Puff was mad at her because somebody told me it was in a magazine. I seen the magazine, so nobody didn't tell me because Wolf motherfucking it was freezing outside. He was like, yo, Puff, look at this. And we was about to go in. Done for the night. Yo, this nigga had a vein come out of his neck all the way across his forehead. And the caption read, what the East Coast won't take care of, the West Coast will. Misa had Justin in his arm, and Suge had Misa like this. I was like, oh. They were just taking a picture, though. You know what I'm saying? She didn't know that was going to come out like that, but in Suge's mind, he knew that. So now, this motherfucker gets on here and tell his old story that Wolf killed Jake and that caused the East Coast War and all this stuff like that. Man, Yo, how did he become the lead? After he came, the lead authority on the Biggie Tupac shit when he's a known liar for federal court. If you lie in federal court, if you lie in court on your job, you don't give a shit about the public and the people. But he out here fighting. Gene Deal had a pissing contest with the Muslim outside of the thing, with some guy who was a Muslim. He ain't had nothing to do with Big Kill. And then less than 5 minutes later, the same Muslim I had a pissing contest with, Lucy, see that a Muslim shot Big, and he had the blue suit, white shirt, and the blue bow tie on. It didn't go right with his narrative. When the FBI agent came out and said everything I saw and showed how then, not 10 years later, then the LAPD hid the photos and shit they showed me. And he said, yo, you wrote it in the thing. How do you, yo. If he has the report that I saw the Muslim guy, I challenged him with my gun, I saw the picture from the LAPD of the dude, and I pointed that guy out right there. The LAPD wrote it in their notes. Why did not A1 #1 grade detective Caden even put that in his documentary? It didn't fit his narrative. But he got on Reelz. The Reelz that what ain't real. Reelz that's not real. He got on that motherfucker. Y'all gonna get me in trouble. Let's go to this other stuff about Tupac. Tupac wasn't the only one that went through that door when Pac was robbed and everything like that. But on that Reelz thing, they made it seem like Tupac was by himself. The other guys, well, Stretch ain't alive. There's one guy that's alive walking around. He probably would have got on there for the right price, or maybe he wouldn't have. Because he is a man of honor, he is a man of the streets. Maybe he wouldn't have. But on the Reelz thing, they made it seem like Pac was the only one that walked through the door. Pac was the only one laid down. And they lied and said Big and Puff took Pac upstairs. Reelz ain't real. It was a bunch of bullshit. How are these people able to keep feeding us all this bullshit and not let the real stuff come out for the people who want to know? Some people look at, yo, this shit is, oh, let him die, let him rest in peace. Nigga, what the fuck you mean by that rest in peace? Nigga, you dead. When I'm dead and gone, I'm dead and gone. The fuck you mean? Let him rest in peace. No. Until the truth come out. And tomorrow, on Big's birthday, I'm going to give you two people that knows the truth. I'm going to give you two people that, if they are willing to talk, we know what was behind and who was behind the Tupac and Biggie's murder. Facts. They hold the key. And you're going to be like, oh, shit. Maybe, bro. Ice, what up with you, Q? Maybe. But let me just say, because dude just said, cops killed Big and Tupac. Maybe. They may be what's behind it. They may be the contract on it. But these two people can put shit out there that can ruin somebody, can ruin this one person. These two people could put something out that can ruin somebody we know. Get it? The two people that I'm going to name tomorrow can ruin them. And I'm going to tell you why they can ruin them. And I'm going to give y'all that for Biggie's birthday. I'm going to let y'all know that for Biggie's birthday. Y'all go and y'all check out all that inconsistency of Murder in the Family, even down with the Biggie shit. I've given y'all an hour of my time, my precious time, my retired, lovely time. And I want to thank y'all. More senior Thank you for that cash app. I'm coming on early tomorrow because I want this shit to be blazing on the internet. I want everybody to know. Because when people talk, I listen. Thank y'all for listening to me. It's been Big Gene Raw Deal Last Big Night, Cooking and Conversation. Peace.